Hello ladies and gents, I am Jaylyn Renee. Welcome back to my channel. Alright guys, let's get to this face. I've done my brows. I did a little bit of eyeshadow. I just used two shadows and I did put on my lashes. So let's dive in. Let's see what our friends over at Merit gifted us. Of course, Merit packaging just is everything. I love these little pouches. Like, it's just so luxe and I just love the details of it. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the last time I ended up getting the wrong complexion stick. So the wrong shade. This shade was a little bit too light for my liking. So this time I got a different shade and I think I got this in the shade khaki. So let's see what happens. I do not have any foundation or anything. So the first time I got the shade Buff, which was great for like highlighting, well, contouring. So let's see what khaki is looking like. Let's just do a swatch on my face. Woo! That's even lighter. How did I go lighter? See, this is not Merit's fault. This is my fault, guys. So yeah, we're gonna have to, what I'm gonna have to do is go ahead and just use a I mean, I guess it's not too bad. Maybe if I kind of mix them. So here is the shade khaki, which is way too light. I actually thought this shade was darker, so I guess I just got confused with the shading. And this is the shade Buff. So you see that there. I don't think these are workable for my face. Like, I guess I can kind of just spot like that on different areas on my face. Kind of just spot it a little bit and then just spread it out. Because I mean, Merit Beauty is like the perfect company for your 5-minute face, for your quick face in the morning. However, you got to get the right shade. So it's my fault again that I didn't. But let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I could even just use this under my foundation just to do some like covering. Again, they did send me another one of these brushes and I absolutely love the brush. It's so soft and easy to use. So yeah, I think that blurred me a little bit. It is super light, but again, what I'm gonna do is just add like a tinted moisturizer on top, and I think I'll be good doing that. So let me grab a tinted moisturizer. Alright, so I just grabbed my Uoma Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. You guys have seen me use this. I'm just going to put that on my face. Just spread it around just to get that warmth back. I am going to order the right shade. I'm going to contact Merit and figure out what my right shade is and order, because I really do love the convenience of the shade sticks. I think they're really handy. They're easy to manage. I really do love them. So who has like been working through getting rid of dark spots and stuff, like the trick I just did with putting the shade stick underneath my tinted moisturizer is perfect. It gave me just the perfect amount of coverage to, you know, be able to go out in public and not necessarily have like a full foundation on, but just enough coverage, if you get what I'm saying. And it's really lightweight. My face does not feel heavy, even though I put something on top of those shade sticks. They feel really nice and light, and that's what I absolutely love about Merit. Like, their products are so light and, you know, very, very natural. Definitely for that quick, natural, be out the door in 5 minutes type of thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take Khaki, and I'm gonna use that as my highlight here. Well, my concealer, I guess I could say. And I'm gonna let that dry a little bit because that tinted moisturizer is still not like, it's still a little bit wet and moving, so I'm gonna let that dry. So let's talk, guys. I'm gonna grab my coffee. I just got a new Nespresso machine, and it is like, I will never go back to regular coffee machines. This is my first cup using the machine, and I'm already hooked. So I just started listening to Adele's album, and I'm kind of mad that no one warned me how good, how deep, how sentimental it is. Oh my gosh, like I almost had to hold back tears listening to some of the songs because it's just so relatable. My Little Love like sent me, like I almost needed to pour a glass of wine, like literally. I mean, I love, first of all, let's acknowledge that she played more with different tempos and different rhythms and melodies. I love that I love when an artist does that because it just shows their vocal ability and how good they are. And I love that she kind of dipped into some R&B, really just showing her versatility. We all love Adele and we know she's talented, but I love to see when artists branch out and try new things, you know. But specifically, I wanted to talk about how she highlights what feeling lonely is like what being lonely could feel like. And you know, I feel like she highlighted the different stages of loneliness, like right in the beginning where you feel like your world is spinning and going out of control, and you feel like you just literally don't have any control over your life, and you feel like you're just by yourself, like you literally feel alone, like in that first stage. And then you progress into the stage of kind of accepting it, but then putting yourself down because you feel like it's your fault that you're lonely, or you feel like you deserve this loneliness, and because you made this mistake and that mistake, you feel like you're hurting yourself, like you're self-sabotaging yourself. You're literally telling yourself that you deserve what you're going through. And then the next stage, I think, is just you're starting to realize that you're lonely and kind of trying to find ways to be okay with it. Like you might get out of your funk and start exploring things, or if you're a creator, you might decide one morning, hey, I'm gonna get up and create today to make myself feel better. You start having those good days eventually. And then I think the last stage is recognizing your loneliness and owning your loneliness. And I think there's no one-track mind to that. You can be on stage 4 one day and go all the way back to stage 1 another. But I love that she stood firm in her loneliness and wasn't ashamed of her loneliness, and she was basically like, look, I feel this way, and eventually when this is over, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful. And her album, the masterpiece, the collective of the album is just a masterpiece. It's so beautiful. So I know I'm kind of late. I do usually listen to albums a little bit later after the artist has dropped them, because the hype is just kind of overwhelming sometimes to me, and I don't get to listen to it for me when I fall into the hype or what's trending. So I make myself wait until it dies down a little bit, and then I go and start listening. All right, so I went ahead and just added some powder so I can set all of that. Like I said, those shade sticks are like absolutely amazing. They're so lightweight. But yeah, let's talk loneliness. So in my experience of loneliness is always a negative connotation. It's always a stigma. Always a stigma, right? Like, something is wrong with you if you're lonely, if you're not married, if you're not in a relationship. If it's just you, something's wrong with you. And if you don't hurry up and get in a relationship or settle for a relationship, then, you know, you're gonna be lonely. Oh my God. But what I'm discovering through this journey that I'm going through is that this loneliness is allowing me to discover who I am, to find myself, to get to a level of wholeness that when I am ready to branch out or start dating, I'll be ready and I'll be whole, and I'll be comfortable with being alone by myself. I won't be so dependent on having someone else. And let me just say, there's nothing wrong with having people in your life where you feel like you can depend on them. However, it's more healthy to be at a place where you know for sure that you can depend on yourself. That way, if you feel like you're in a situation where somebody might let you down, you're not asked out. So it just allows me to be comfortable with me and to discover me and figure out those things I need to fix and figure out those things that maybe I've been neglecting and I need to embrace. So loneliness is such a roller coaster, but it's such a beautiful journey. So I'm about to take another I'm gonna take another perfecting complexion stick. This one is in the color Sophia. It is darker, so I'm gonna use it as a contour or a bronzer just to bring some warmth back in my face. So I'm just gonna slightly go here. It's so creamy, guys. And go here as well. And I guess I can do the forehead. And I'm gonna go ahead and blend that in. So yeah, as I am journeying through, I'm realizing that loneliness is okay sometimes, you know. Loneliness is okay. And if you're, again, I think it's all circumstantial, situational, but at the end of the day, you have to answer to yourself, you know. You cannot forget that you're a whole person. You're one. You're your own person. So you cannot forget about you, you know. And I feel like past relationships I've been in, I had this thought, or I was trained to think that I had to give up so much of myself for another person. And that's so not true. That's terrible thinking. You don't ever want to lose yourself in another person. So it's okay. Like, I've learned to go places by myself. And not even learn. It was, I mean, once you have a breakup, you're by yourself, right? So I kind of have no choice. But I've enjoyed doing things by myself, being myself, you know, watching movies by myself, drinking wine by myself, eating a dinner by myself. Like, I'm really starting to get in this groove of like, hey, I like me. I'm okay with me. Like, or hey, I really need to change that about myself because that's not good, you know? So it's always great to look at yourself and just take a moment and look at yourself. A little face powder just to blend everything in, get it all cohesive, and then we'll move on to our blush. So again, they sent me 2 brushes. I already had the Mood brush, but I definitely wanted to get a second one of that because I love it so much. And I got Raspberry Beret. So let's see what Raspberry Beret is hitting for. Ooh, it's deeper. Let's see. It looks like almost like a purple. And I've heard people talking about using purple for blush. Let me get a little bit closer so you guys can see. Can you guys see that purple? I'll swatch Mood just in case you didn't see my other video. This is Mood. So pretty. There's the 2. I think they're both great colors and they'll work for multiple skin complexions. But today we're going to use Raspberry Beret. And I just like to kind of tap it on. See that? Look how pretty. So going to the next topic. Self-care. What are you guys' self-care goals for the upcoming year? Like, let me know in the comments what you guys have planned. I have so many plans, from purchases to physical fitness. I'm really buckling down on certain things that I want to do for next year because, hey, time is ticking and time waits for no one. That is a fact. So they also sent me this Day Glow. So let's try that out. Ooh, let's watch her. How cute. I actually want to use this like on my day. Let's put it there. On my collar. Rub it in, rub it in. I love how this is not super overpowering. And actually, it's really moisturizing. It's almost going on like a balm. Super cute. I love this. All right, guys, so here is the final look. I just love how everything came together. It's such a soft, pretty, gentle look. You guys be sure to check out Merit Beauty. It is a clean brand and I absolutely love it. I will be using it always and I love how luxurious it looks.